It is pitch black in there. Oh my god. I've been sitting in the dark in my closet for the last 10 minutes because I'm about to go lock myself in a sensory deprivation tank for 2 hours, and I'm a little nervous. I'm a little claustrophobic, and I'm not really sure what to expect, so this is kind of the best way for me to mentally prepare myself for what I'm about to try out for the first time. I don't think it's going to be anything like sitting in a closet, but this is what I have to work with, so this is my best option. Okay. To answer your first question, yes, my closet is in my bathroom. I'm sure that's not what you guys are wondering. You're wondering, what is a sensory deprivation tank? Why am I doing this? A sensory deprivation tank is actually this like large chamber filled with water, and it's also filled with salt, so that way you just float in it. It has no light, no sound, henceforth the term sensory deprivation tank. I first heard about it from a coworker, and after hearing about it, I was pretty curious and I wanted to try this out myself, so he recommended a couple places to me. I am about to go to a place called Float Clinic, and this is from their website why people do this. Floating in a sensory deprivation tank rebalances the imbalances arising from day-to-day living, both mentally and physically. Flotation therapy holds your body for you so that your mind is free to take care of much needed business. In many ways, it is no different from running a disk cleanup on your computer so that it performs better and faster. Work is stressful, life is stressful in general, and I'm always looking for ways to just kind of like decompress. So I really want to try this, and I want to take you guys with me. Shit. It's almost 1:30. I have to drive an hour just to get down to the clinic, and I need to get gas, so let's get the fuck out of here. I think it's an OCD thing, but I always have to do like straight on $15, $14.99, $14.95. I made that. Finally get going. I may need multiple float sessions if I have to sit in this traffic for very long. This is ridiculous. Alright, I made it with plenty of time to spare, so now I can actually find the building. Oh my god, I have to pee so bad. Okay. Before I go in, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to film in there, so I need to be like very discreet and quiet, which is not my forte. The actual like room that I'm going to be floating in, and what happens first is like you have to shower. You have to shower because you're about to go into some salt water, and you don't want to contaminate the water because I don't want to float with the previous 20 people that were in there before me. This is happening. First things first, I have to shower. No going back now. I should film myself showering. That was wonderful in so many ways. I'm gonna wait until I get home to kind of like go over everything because I feel like there's a lot to talk about. I'm just going to kind of use this hour drive home, let it all soak in, and then just kind of go from there. I feel amazing. I feel so good. Where do I even begin? For starters, my closet is a lot smaller than the big tank I was in. So that probably wasn't the best way to prepare for locking myself in a sensory deprivation tank. The tank itself, I think it's about 8 feet by 10 feet. It's a pretty big tank. It's not like a coffin or anything. So you don't feel that claustrophobic. The water is also, it's not room temperature water, it's body temperature water. So when you're floating in it, you don't really know where the water begins and ends. I think the hardest thing though is just kind of zoning out and not having your mind constantly running. You have no sense of time in there, but I'm gonna assume the first half hour or so, it was kind of just my thoughts were just bouncing all over the place. It's overwhelming and you're just how am I ever gonna relax and be able to just enjoy this? But then after a while, it just kind of melts away. Those thoughts just kind of dissipate and you just kind of become a little bit more in tune with where you're at and yourself, and you just kind of zone out a little bit. Overall, the whole experience was really, really amazing. There are a little couple of downsides to it. Because you're floating, your body's just kind of constantly moving around the water, and even though the tank is big, it's still it's not big enough for you to not touch the wall. So every now and then I would kind of my body would just float and I would bump into the wall a little bit. It would kind of take you out of your relaxation state. The whole point is to relax and forget where you're at, and then you have you're touching the walls every now and then, and you're just okay, gotta reset, gotta start over. Other than that though, I loved it. I feel so relaxed, so refreshed. My body, before I went in, I didn't realize just how much tension I was carrying, in my neck and my shoulders and whatnot. And then I get out and I'm just I immediately feel more relaxed, more loose. I think this is something I want to do consistently. Maybe not obviously not once a week, because it's a $40 experience and I don't want to pay $40 to float. Maybe once a month, once every few months or so, just to get back into the state, because what I'm feeling right now feels so good. I don't know, we'll see how long this lasts for. Hopefully a while. Some people, especially who don't like tight spaces or are claustrophobic, would probably be really turned off at the idea of being locked in a tank. Okay, locked is a bad word to use. You're not locked in the tank. You can open the door anytime you want. You can even leave it cracked open if you need to. So locked is not the word to use. But to be enclosed in a tank without any light or sound is terrifying. You're really not aware of just how tight the space is. You can stretch out your arms and your legs and everything like that and not hit the wall, except for when you run into it. So you don't feel like you're in a coffin. Some people do fall asleep, but you can't drown in it. There's so much salt in the water to make you buoyant. The water's shallow too. It's only a foot deep. So for you to physically touch the bottom, you have to use your muscles and push down with your body just to not float. So unless you were laying face down in the water, you can't drown. The water is super, super clean. This place specifically filters their water 6 times in between each float session. Not only that, but you have to shower beforehand to get rid of any sort of soaps or perfumes or anything like that that could contaminate the water. You can bring someone with you, but you can't float with them. You have to float in a separate tank, which is a part of the whole experience, is to be one or be one with yourself. The whole experience is to just check in with yourself, decompress. It's meditation, essentially. It's a therapeutic form of meditation. It was a great time, guys. Like, really, it was so much fun. It was such great me time. I don't get a whole lot of me time these days. And if it's me time, then it's like me just laying in my bed watching a movie. This was a wonderful way to start the weekend. Tomorrow's gonna be so nice. I feel so invigorated, reinvigorated, refreshed. I'm curious if any of you guys float. I want to hear about your guys' experience, so let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions about it that I didn't touch on. I haven't eaten anything all day. I woke up late, so hungry right now. Before I ate, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there and let you guys know my experience as, like, while it's still fresh. All right. Bye, guys.